I'm James Thornock from CoderKids.com, and I'm excited to give you all of the details of Fortnite Battle Royale. So I've played this game for a couple of years now, so I have a pretty good idea of what's inside, and I am going to share some exciting details with you. So let's get into it. So first off, let's talk about what Fortnite Battle Royale actually is. Number one, it's in the title. It is a Battle Royale game. What that means is that players are going to compete to survive and essentially be the only player or team left surviving. Now, this is a first-person shooter game, and so that is the other primary component. Now, there are a lot of other components too, though. So in this game, players can drive cars, boats, pilot helicopters, they can fish, they can harvest materials, chop down trees, build, loot chests, and obviously shoot other players. Now, there are a lot of different modes in Fortnite. You can play solo, you can play in duos, you can play in squads, you can play on a team rumble, which is a team that's closer to 50 players versus 50 players, or sometimes 20 players versus 20 players. So if you want to play with like 16 of your friends, you can actually do that. That's pretty crazy, but it doesn't change the fundamental gameplay that much. There are, however, limited time modes. Like right now, there's Fortnitemares, and you're able to do things slightly differently and participate in objectives and challenges that are specific to that event. Now that you have a good idea of what Fortnite is, where it fits in as a game, let's talk about the ratings. Now, Fortnite Battle Royale gets a violence score of 7.5, and that is because you're spending a lot of time shooting other players, but it doesn't ever get to 8 because they refuse to use the word kill, they don't show blood and gore, and whenever a player is quote-unquote eliminated, they're actually teleported away by a little machine. So there are specific things that they're keeping in the game to make it like kind of less violent, but it is still definitely violent. There are definitely, Armalite style rifles. There's machine guns. There are pistols. There's all of that. And so, definitely don't kid yourself if you don't think this is a violent game. As for language score, Fortnite Battle Royale gets a score of 2 to 10. Okay, so like a couple of the other games that I've reviewed, there is this range, and so this is probably going to come up with a lot of the games that I review. But essentially, if the chat function is turned off and if the voice chat function is turned off, then you're really not going to experience any profanity whatsoever. You're really going to not come into contact with almost any language except for language describing what challenges you're supposed to do. So very, very tame. However, if you set your chat to public and you get friends of friends coming in your parties and are voice chatting you, you definitely have the possibility and the propensity to be sworn at by angry 13-year-olds. So the best way as a parent that my kids are going to be playing this game, if they play this game, is to make sure that I know who they're playing with and that I know their parents as well. This game gets a score of 6.5 for the adult material section, and that is because there's skin tight clothing, there's revealing clothing, there is partially suggestive kind of dance moves and emotes, but beyond that, there's nothing romantic to speak of, and most of the game is just focused on surviving and trying to get that win. Now, this game does have in-game currency, so buyer beware. Even though it is a free game, a lot of kids spend a lot of money on this game. You can purchase packs up to $80. It used to be $100, now it's $80, but still, that's quite a bit of money. And because there are almost endless shop items, there's, I think 1,000 at this point, and they keep adding skins almost every single week. And so because of that, it can kind of be an endless money pit. So definitely be careful about that. All right, now time for my favorite part, the fun score. So this game got a fun score of 9.5, and that's because it is really fun to play alone. It's fun to play with friends, It's fun to play on your phone. It's fun to play on desktop. It's fun to play on laptop. It's fun to play on PlayStation. There's great cross compatibility. It's fun to play with friends who are even on different platforms, even though sometimes that's a little bit more difficult. There are lots of challenges to complete, and there's this constant sense of progression. Like you're getting better at something. Your aim is getting better. You're getting better at building. You're getting better at harvesting items. Finding loot, getting a knowledge of the area, getting knowledge of the map. And so because of that, it is a little bit addictive. It's a lot of bit addictive. And that's because it focuses on that sense of progression. And people really like that. All right, finally, for any lessons. Look, Fortnite is pretty agnostic when it comes to lessons. The storyline, if you can call it that, is just pretty mushy. There's not really a lot that's going on there. The Fortnite Save the World version is a lot more focused and heavy on this story. But Battle Royale really isn't. You just jump into a mode, you try to win, sometimes you complete a couple challenges, and that's kind of it. You just kind of have a good time. There's not really a focus, except, like I said earlier, to get better and that constant push to get better. Thank you so much for joining me for this review. It's now done. If you have any game that you would like reviewed specifically, please post about it in the comments below. I will read all of your comments, of course, and I will also be responsive so I can review those games. If you like our stuff, please also check out coderkids.com, where we teach coding classes. We do private coding tutoring. And we also have some Minecraft, Roblox camps, and sometimes even some Fortnite camps. As always, I'd also love it if you could pickaxe the subscribe button, ring the bell, so that other parents will have access to our reviews. Other than that, I can't wait to see you for our next review. Until next time.